What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok bottom of the video, and we're gonna hop right into it. So, today we'll be doing another Game 5 reaction. No, I just posted a Game 4 reaction today. No, it is late, but this one will be on time, so it'll be up at 12 tomorrow. So just get right into it. So, first thing I noticed, something that I've been preaching every time they win the game, OKC, is starting two bigs. Game one, game three, they started Cason Wallace. I understand the philosophy behind not starting Hartenstein. Makes them more switchable, especially for the way Indiana plays basketball. Switching is kind of, I'm not going to say it's essential, but it'll be a great defense for that. So I understood the logic in trying to have Chet at the five and switching a lot of shit. But clearly, having the two bigs has been effective for you because every time they start the two bigs, they win, or at least they play them a lot of minutes, they win the game. We've seen that in game 2, game 4, and now game 5. And clearly it's something effective. The philosophy may work against what basketball is today, but it's effective. So when you have a 7-footer like Chet who is just that mobile, that great at protecting the basket, I think it just helps a lot. So yeah, I don't see why not try to use that to your advantage. Now, the beginning of the game, it was very up and down early. I felt like the pace was great early. Now, both of these teams do push it, but I feel like when you push it at the rate they were, it falls into the favor of Indiana. Now, OKC started hot. You let them come back in the beginning of fourth quarter. Then OKC probably put their final stamp on the game, but definitely up and down early. I thought it favored the Pacers, but that clearly didn't mean nothing to OKC. So obviously a big emphasis in this game, defense. Just certain times when, like I said, certain stretches when OKC locked in, it is just almost physically impossible to consistently score on this team. This team, like I said, is so gifted. I say the historic personnel every game, but the personnel is absolutely ridiculous. The ball pressure, how physical they are, how far out they'll guard you, and then all that coupled with that's enough for a great defense. And then you couple that with you have Chet Holmgren, who is just phenomenal at rim protecting. He caused them to miss so many layups tonight. It's just it's like I don't know what I was finna say. It's like somebody who loves defense, a wet dream. But yeah, it's like a wet dream for defenders. Like honestly, like that's how great they are on defense. Now, obviously they turned the ball. They had Indiana turn the ball over at a great rate. Scoring off the turnovers that made a big difference in this game. Now, what helped Indiana a lot down the stretch to even out the turnover differential was offensive rebounding. Now, OKC is especially when they go one center, they can't be technically small, because once you get past Chet, or if it's Chet or Hartenstein at the 5, and then you have a Jalen Williams is probably like 6'6" for real. So as a power forward, he is small, but he's so physical it works. But that can get you beat on the boards, especially when Indiana deploys a lineup with Turner and Pascal, or Turner and Obi. So Obi 6'9", Turner 7 foot. Same thing with Pascal, he's 6'9" as well. So yeah, they do have a little bit of a size advantage, but they're just so good on defense. It really does not matter, honestly. It really just does not matter. Now, I will say, now a big storyline that's going to be definitely for a next game and important in game. It's definitely important for game 6 if they want to win game 6, is Halliburton. Now, he came out, we've heard the rumblings about him having an injury already. He definitely came out very, very sluggish and not aggressive to begin with. He started 0 for 5, but you could definitely see that leg injury, especially when he went back to the locker room and came back. Whatever the exact injury is bothering him a lot. Now, if Halliburton is, he looks like he did this game, a shell of himself, OKC will win in 6. But like I said, this is a very important. I say this every video as well, or every reaction video as well. I say Halliburton's aggressiveness is crucial to Indiana's success. His passing and scoring. Now let me see how many assists he had this game, because I know one game he wasn't being aggressive scoring and he only had 3 assists. This game he had 6 assists, which is a little bit better, but 4.667 rebounds. That's just not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. That leg is clearly bothering him. It's causing him just from being aggressive and playing his game at all, and that is a big problem for Indiana, especially with their play style. Now, like I said earlier, the Pacers did start to come back third quarter, beginning on the fourth as well. They were just the Pacers played really hard. Rick Carlisle has a he is a phenomenal coach. He brings that out of his players. Everything is he gets the best out of his players. They play hard, they play up, they play physical, they play fast. And it was showing. It was showing down the stretch. Now, like I say I have said this before. OKC does have an issue, and sometimes they feel like they can go cold. Because outside of Jalen Williams, I get into him. I gotta put some more respect on Jalen Williams' name. But outside of Jalen Williams and SGA, it does feel like they don't have a lot of players who can create offense on their own. Now, with that, obviously they're so great, it really just might not fucking matter anyway. But I feel like that's not going to be an issue for them in the future. They just need some of their younger players to develop. But I would say, looking at their team as of now, that is a current issue, and it's I feel like it's another issue and why they can't put Indiana away in some games, because the way they were playing earlier, I mean, obviously everybody's had a hard time putting up Indiana, so that's very much easier said than done. But they've had Indiana at in a lot of positions where you like, nigga, you can really like put your foot on their neck, and they haven't. We saw what happened with game one. We saw what happened down the stretch here. It got real scary down the stretch here, but they pulled it out. And I just see that it's obviously not going to be a problem because they finna win the championship. But if they had a singular flaw in their team, that, in my opinion, would be their flaw. Now, TJ McConnell be fucking hooping, man. It ain't even like it's the funniest shit to watch him hoop, because it's like you just not thinking he gonna get a bucket. Now, obviously, they a couple of them threes, they're leaving him wide ass open, because as slow as his release is and he's still getting it off, he gotta be wide ass open. he does not have a fast release. It is very. I ain't gonna say it look like it hurts to shoot, but I'm just say it's not the smoothest release. But T.J. McConnell had a big third quarter for them, keeping them in the game. That's the thing about Indiana. Even though they had Pascal had a decent game, obviously Tyrese had a bad game, but you're going to get somebody else who's going to figure out a way to get at least 16, 17 points, maybe even a dub. And TJ McConnell had 12 points in the third quarter. That's got to be disheartening for a lot of teams. You like, damn, we locking up Halliburton, Pascal having an eye game. TJ McConnell busts out 12 in the third quarter. It's like, god damn. It's like, god damn. But shout out TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell is definitely damn near he's a great backup point guard, and he definitely helped keep them in the game, especially down the stretch there. Without TJ McConnell, this game probably would have been over a lot earlier, honestly. Now, Aaron Wiggins played decent. I'm gonna say he shot decent. Aaron Wiggins, I think he hit like 4 threes, if I remember off the top of my head. Let me look real quick. Yeah, he went 4 for 7 for 3. Casey Wallace also went 3 for 4 for 3. Lil Dope went 3 for 6. So, and they shot 43% from 3 as a team. So that's a great percentage. Obviously, like I said, the Thunder is a deep team. So they do, like I said, they do have a little bit of the Indiana effect where you might get a random night from a role player who has a great game. It was Caruso last game. They kind of did it more by collective night. 14 from Wiggins, 11 from Wallace, 9 from Dort. Chet, you probably want. Chet went 4 for 15. You probably want a little more out of Chet, but shit, you still want. So fuck it. And he played great defense, but like I said, they kind of did it more by collective night, just having a deep ass team, and that's okay. They still pulled it out and got a W, but the biggest thing tonight was their big two, I guess you would call them tonight. Jalen Williams had a 40 ball, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 31. Now Shai, he had his regular game. I've said this in the last 2 videos. Holding for game 3 when they had him under 24, that is just a rarity. Holding Shai under 30 It's just not gonna happen. Like like even Rick Carlisle said you can just mark him down for 30. He's going to get 30. It's kind of it's just hard. It's just hard to just do. Like if you really could do it, you would do it. But it's not. Nobody has done it. These niggas average 30 for 3 years straight. Like it's just not. It's not going to happen. Like, you're not stopping from 30. Now, so I don't need to speak on too much on Shea. Now, now, getting into Jalen. Jalen Williams had a fucking game, boy. I have to put some respect on Jalen Williams' name. 2 videos ago, the game was game 5. So the game 3 reaction, I was like, they wasted a good Jalen Williams game because I fear he might have did what he did in the early series and be a little less inconsistent. He came out, kept them in the game last game before Shea took it over. In this game, boy, he won that motherfucker for him. He is such a great player. He is the true definition of a 3-level scorer. He has a pause on this. He has a great body though. Basketball body. He's thick. Pause. Y'all get what I'm saying. I'm about to say some wild shit. Pause everything I'm about to say. But he's thick, long, athletic. Pause. And he just has a phenomenal game. He can handle it. He can shoot that bitch. Jalen Williams is a bucket, man. I got to put some more respect on his name. Now, I know I said earlier, I was like, yeah, you probably ain't going to get too many more games out of Jalen Williams. He shut me the fuck up, man. I have to say Jalen Williams, I was wrong. I was motherfucking wrong. Jalen Williams, you deserve all the flowers you get tonight. Now, Jalen Williams, I'm not even going to lie. This might be the title of the video. You're damn near putting yourself in the argument to win Finals MVP. You probably ain't gonna win over Shea because of the name thing. He's just a bigger name at this point, and he was the MVP. But these last 2 games, bro, you making yourself a case, bro. You hooping your ass off, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. But say all this to say, like I said earlier, if Tyrese is still sluggish, not aggressive, and that leg is really bothering him, like it looked like it was tonight, the OKC will win in 6. If they do come out and it's a regular game for the Pacers, I do feel like the Pacers will win at home, and OKC will wrap it up on the road. I mean, on home in Game 7. But at this point, it's all really depending on Tyrese. I still got the Thunder regardless, but depending on Tyrese is how quick it'll be. So, yeah. That's all I really got to say. Oh, hold on. I forgot about this. I did want to add this at the end of the video because I was really excited about this trade and I like the discourse around it. The Desmond Bane to the Magic trade. Desmond Bane to the Magic trade is going to be one of the biggest, not biggest is the word. It's going to be one of the most important trades, I think. I'm very high on the Magic already. Obviously, I felt like they would have been an easy top 4 seed if they had remained healthy. Obviously, they had injuries to Paolo, long injuries to Paolo and Franz at 2 different times, I want to say. And then Jalen Suggs got out for the season at a point. So, if they can stay healthy, I'm very, very high on the Magic. The one thing I just felt like they were missing from being a top-of-the-line team is their shooting. They have size. They have defense. Obviously, they're pretty much a defensive team. They're a defensive team. They have 2 stars in Franz and Paolo. I definitely have faith in Paulo becoming a top 10 player eventually. Just his size, handle, IQ, really his size and how his mid range game. He's just too big for a nigga to just keep him from the basket. Like he is too big and athletically gifted for you just to stay in front of that man. But very high on the Magic, and I feel like this is a great trade. Now a lot of people were saying four first rounders is a little steep. One, I don't think the Grizzlies were giving up Desmond Bane for less than that, for the simple fact of the Grizzlies with Ja, Bane, and Jaren have proved they are a playoff team. They can be competitive. Now, obviously, they clearly don't have a championship ceiling. So, yes, you probably do want to, try to retool and figure out how you can put yourself to a championship ceiling because you don't want to be in that mid playoff team and can't win shit, but we just go to the playoffs every year lane. But so I understand getting off of Bane, but I understand why they was like, nigga, it's gonna take a lot because we were still competitive. It's not like we were ass with Bane. It's not like we fucking suck. It was like, and he's a good player on a bad team. Them niggas were good when they are healthy and Ja remain. They are a good team. They're not a great win a championship team, but they're still a good team. So I understood that, as well as some of the picks. I forgot who exactly owned, because obviously they're not all the Magic picks, but one they own the pick. I know they own a 2027 pick. Some of them are going to be Magic. Some of them are Magic picks. I don't know how many are, but the Magic picks, for the foreseeable future, especially with this team, the Magic picks are going to be very low, and like they're not going to be lottery picks. They're going to be in the 20s. So the chances of picking a star or a great player in the 20s that maybe does, who's even more, just say it like this, who's more productive than Desmond Bane, is slim. Let's be honest. Picking a star, picking somebody, a great role player like, and Desmond Bane, I would say he's a little more than a role player, but it's very slim. So I don't know why people are stressing about the 4 first round picks. But if they do, retool and try to get out, they'll get the shit back. But I feel like this is he was the perfect fit for what they was looking for, and for that fit, you had to maybe pay more than you had to. But I feel like it'd be worth it at the end. But yeah, that's all I gotta say though for today. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok on the video, and we out.